The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready. You ready? You got turn left. You got three down. No. Off. Hey, free players.
On first down, Ryan. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
At the 39-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the out. Check. 51, Sam.
Now Joe Mixon, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. On 3rd down, Ryan boards the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, he's got some break. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play there for Cincinnati. 52 yards.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a first and goal to go at the 7. To throw again is Ryan. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big run that time by Elliott. 63 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. So they keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the counter, Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. These two teams all tied after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Airing one out for Boyd. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone, and he gave it to him. 15 big yards. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. They'll run with Elliott. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Here we go, here we go. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. He came right off the bench. That's his first carry of the game, and he left an indelible mark on the game.
Did not just bring fresh legs off the bench. He brought a fierce mind as well. He had a lot to prove, didn't he? He thinks he's as good as the guy who's the starter. Wanted to prove it, and boy, did he on that play.
A first down carry by Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
50 seconds to mine.
Kill. Under.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Letting one fly deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation, and he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Back to Mixon on 1st down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, free play.
Number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in. I smell fear.
Here's Ryan to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bullet good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get in the field goal.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
57, Mike, 57. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Shit. We're going to 54. Why is? Check 13. Check safety. Check out. Go. Get out there. 26.
On 1st down, it's Elliott. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Yeah. 51.
Now it's Ryan. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Man left, man left. Everyone, we got 4 down. 36, 36. Hey, take 10. Under 10, 10. 61, matchbox lights. 54, tough.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And Eifert has it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Ready, 2 ready, 2. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Check the backer, check the backer. Watch the shit.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that...
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 79 yards. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Ryan on 1st down. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
20. Check 25. Get out.
Throwing again. Ryan. This time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jalen Smith in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Go.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. My five. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Ready to go.
Ryan. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off down at the 10. And the return will stop right around the 25. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Watch the safety creep. Kill.
Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Big stop, let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Hey, go. 57.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off around the 27. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
20.
Throwing again on second down. Ryan. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's third and short.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. On first and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead.
Bravo.
Second and 10 now. Ryan. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw once more on second and 10. Ryan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Now Ryan.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Fourth down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. He's got his man, Boyd. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down.
25. Quit talking about it and bring it.
To throw again, Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
To throw is Ryan. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Time definitely of the essence now. Just under a minute to play, and here we go. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 44 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
That's fielded in the end zone.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Caught Eifert over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Throwing now is Ryan. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Now Ryan. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
That's another Bengals first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Blue 80. Box 2. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Ryan to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Ryan. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Watch the pass. Hey, kill.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Cowboys, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the